அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய காலை வணக்கங்கள். மேடையில் அமர்ந்திருக்கக்கூடிய பெரியவர்களுக்கும், all the poets, my friends, I'm very happy to be here. Kavisangamam, I want to say thanks to Kavisangamam. He invited me this great event. In Tamil Nadu, we don't have this kind of poetry, monthly poetry sessions, event, anything. Every month he posted about this event, Poetry Sangam. I was very happy about every time why this not happened in Tamil Nadu. I asked about my other poets. 2 days before I was attended a college program. One of the poetry competition, I was the judge. The poems from the college students, they read lot of poems. But we can't find out a good poem is there. All the poems are about only some kind of words, they are only there, not emotions. In our history, in Tamil, we have very rich poem literature history we have, but the students, they don't know about literature these days, modern literature, modern poetry. Last week, one of our famous writer, he was admitted in hospital, chest pain, heart attack. He is very famous writer. He wrote many novels and short story collections, very respectful person also. But he have no money to operation, bypass surgery happened. He has no money. The one of the actor, he supported that bypass surgery, he is now better. This is our society's problem, I think. We don't respect writers. Only the actors, only politicians, they are respectable person in our society. Here, so many poets are here. Every month they are conducting poetry event. I got good chance, I think, here, being here. Very good. I want to say something about my life, but Sadish Garu told about me. Thank you very much. And I want to say some words about my writings. But we are sister language, Tamil, Malayalam, Hindi, Telugu, Kannada. But I am very sad, I could not understand Telugu, you could not understand Tamil. This is very sad. In Malayalam, at least we can translate some words from Malayalam to Tamil, Tamil to Malayalam. All my works translated in Malayalam. Many works from many writers, Malayalam writers, translated in Tamil. But this kind of things are not happening Telugu to Tamil, Tamil to Telugu. In future, really I want to do translation will happen. We should know about our culture, our literature, our life, our language, what happened there. At least in the future it should happen. When I first started writing around the age of 15, I imagined that through reading I was fixing my mind to the infinitive expanse of stellar space. I observed and internalized the world and the happenings around me through the words I read, and then put my pen to paper. All this happened, of course, without any clear plan about what exactly I should write. It was part of an effort on my part to understand the meaning or meaninglessness of life. After a while, social, political and historical context began to appear in my writing, along with more personal accounts of my own experiences. My poems became precise and tense. I understood that my life and my work were inseparably tied together at some indistinguishable point. The language I acquired through voracious and eclectic. Reading helped me express what had happened to me. I don't believe in imposing any restrictions on my work. When a poem is born, a mysterious knot within me gets untangled and frees itself. Through my writing, I want to invite the reader into my creative world and into a profound experience of sharing. Once she has entered my writing, I aim to keep her in an endlessly agitated condition. I want the sound of the voice rising from my text to reverberate at all levels of her mind. Besides trying to present in an honest and original manner the situation of women in society and the problems and hardships they face, I want my work to register the extent to which the human condition as a whole has been debased. I hope to convey what I see as the persistent absurdity of human life that flows from the sense of isolation that surrounds me and which persists today. Writing finds its proper direction in the quest for self and the pressure of suppressed emotions. I try to understand of my existence and establish my identity through my writing. In most of my work, I have focused on the isolated condition of women, the lack of confidence this produced in them, and the unbridgeable but entirely fabricated gap in the relationships between men and women. The physical restrictions and denial of education faced by the women of my community have found their due place in my text. Life has taught me the feminist way of thinking. Satish Garu told about my writing, where I was writing in toilet paper, inside of the toilet. My new novel, the name is Toilet. It will come out next year maybe. It will maybe. My last novel was very controversial old novel. This novel also maybe. I'm expecting that kind of problems. I have been a mute witness and a victim to the treatment of women as mere objects. The miseries inflicted on women and their suppressed inner feelings find a prominent place in all my writings. I have tried to show in my works how women become vulnerable to violence when they surrender their lives and independence to others' beliefs and society's restrictions. Being is conditioned by the body. This is paradoxical. My body being fettered and denied its connection with me alienates and oppresses me. Yet the denial of pleasurable and harmonious amity with my body and the inability to commune with the outside world also expands within me as a subtle creative universe. In regarding the murmurs of my inner emotions and the extraordinary of my body feelings that are often excluded as a taboo, I try to create tiny ripples in the frozen, silent space. My writing functions depending on me and I function depending on my writing. I had hoped that the themes I engaged with in my novel and poetry would create a healthy public dialogue. But I was also prepared for an adverse reaction amongst my own community. In this respect, my expectations were amply fulfilled. There were those who simply could not accept the justness of what I had written and who consequently turned against me. In particular, there were many men whose mindset which could not comprehend my portrayal of women characters and dismissed them as figments of a warped imagination. They leveled a barrage of unfair accusations against me. It's a real challenge to get a community to accept charges against it that are so fundamental, let alone to make the necessary changes to put things right. This is particularly true of a patriarchal society that finds it very difficult to introspect honestly. In such circumstances, writers such as me face an enormous struggle to retain our space. The writings of women generate continuous opposition from men. The patriarchal society, which is always keen to maintain the moral force it imposes on women, does not permit them to express openly their sexuality or their desires, or the praise they encounter. Men are generally not prepared to read women's writings with an open mind. They are constantly searching for spurious arguments to reject a woman's point of view. This was especially true when it came to my own writing. The ideas I express are seen as particularly radical because they flow from the pen of a Muslim woman. My community is often stricken by fear and in its desperation has heard empty charges and calumny in my direction. It deludes itself by insisting that my portrayals of the lives of the women are fundamentally false. It turns a blind eye of the love, humanity, compassion, struggle, and anguish that I believe saturates my writings. It